Hello and welcome to London Real. My name is Brian Rose. Joining me as usual is Mr. Nick Gabriel, and today we're very excited to have in studio Futurist Jacque Fresco, who's the founder and director of the Venus Project.
Creativity is taking known elements and putting them together in different ways. There are no good or bad people. People are shaped by culture or subcultures that they're part of. I spoke at Princeton at the sociology department, and I wanted everybody to come, so I titled the lecture, "Man Can't Think or Reason." That made everybody angry, and they all wanted to come. So they came to the auditorium. They say, people invented language to communicate. That's strictly BS, bad science. Well, when I was a kid, I met Einstein. And I said, "Do you believe in God?" He said, "Which one?" Then I said, "Well, do you believe in truth?" He said, "What do you mean by truth?" "That certain things are so." He says, "Like what?" He pinned me down. He wouldn't let me get away with language.
So does that mean for the Venus Project, you didn't invent anything?
That's right.
What about all your designs and a lot of your revolutionary ideas with the Venus Project?
Well, they come about through a special process. What is a creative person? Today they say this man is good, this man is artistic, this man is gifted. All bullshit, all lies, have nothing to do with the real world. There's no such thing as a gifted person. A person that's very creative has been exposed to a great deal of situations.
There are leaders at the Venus Project? Are there any leaders?
No.
No. And in the future cities?
There are people that are studying various aspects of it, and they come up with the most efficient way to design a city.
Is there an ideal world that the Venus Project sees one day?
There's a better world, never ideal.
Okay.
You can never design the best city. You can design the best city you know how to design at this time. But 10 years from now, there'd be newer cities. Kids would generate their own cities in the future.
Was there a pivotal
Yes.
incident which caused
Yes.
you to feel that way?
Yes, my grandfather.
Okay.
He said to me, people came from all over the world to America, and they brought the printing press, language, different religions. He says, if you love the world, never pledge allegiance to any one country. They're all corrupt.
You know, I saw an interview with you with Larry King in 1974.
Well, Larry King was a nice guy. He was honest.
On that show, you said that the way that civilization in the modern world was, it was not sustainable. And you said in 15 or 20 years, it won't exist in the current form that it is. And that was 30 years ago, 40 years ago.
Unless we go to war, I said. All of us are prostitutes when we work in this culture. The minute you go to work for any industry, when you punch that time clock, you're in a dictatorship. Think about it.
That's so true. That is so true.
What do you think of the Zeitgeist Movement? And what do you think of Peter Joseph?
Peter Joseph pointed out the shortcomings of the banks shafting the public that they can lend more money than they have. He pointed out the stock market. He pointed out religion as being a false structure.
But your work was featured in two of the Zeitgeist movies. That's correct, right?
It was featured by the Zeitgeist Movement because people said to Peter Joseph, okay, the system is corrupt. What can we do about it? He said he didn't know. So Roxanne sent him the book called The Best That Money Can't Buy. You have to do away with the money system also. Now, he got that book and he flew out right away and he spent many hours with me. And he says, I got the idea now. I'm going to run it my way. I said, you can't do that. I've spent 75 years on working on this. You have to study more. He said, no, I got the idea. I can make a movie or anything else. I said, you're going to have to go on your own. So I split with him because I've been working on it for so many years and doing away with my own beliefs in order to understand what shapes human behavior.
There's so many people like both what you and Peter Joseph say, and they would love to see some way for you to work together, and they said, is it an ego reason why you have clashed, or is there some way, because you both have brilliant ideas, or it would be so nice if your ideas were promoted on a different stage. Is that something you would ever
I
consider
can't
doing?
let anybody go off in their own direction.
To summarize, you want to keep your ideas, your own, the Venus Project and Jacque Fresco's ideas,
no.
and you want to not have...
true.
Oh, that's not true. Okay, so Peter Joseph needs...
More exposure.
okay, he needs more exposure.
Yeah, I told him, come on down, I'll work with you on that. He said, no, I got the idea.
Okay, so he still has an open invitation from you to come down.
Oh, he always...
Okay, well, that's good, because a lot of people from the Zeitgeist Movement want to see you two work together more.
Well, he made a great presentation in the opening. It was one of the most successful internet presentations. And they said, Jacque, why did you leave it? Why didn't you work with him? Because he said he will use the Zeitgeist Movement as the activist arm of the Venus Project, but he never consulted me.
Are we any closer to a resource-based economy now than, say, 30 years ago?
Not really.
Okay. Do you think it can exist? Do you think the transition can be made from capitalism to resource-based economy, or is that going to be done in a violent way?
I don't know. We may kill each other. I never see it.
Jacque, you're 96 years old.
Yes.
You've done so much work in your life. What's left for you to do, or what's the one priority right now in your life, in your life's work?
To train other people in this way of thinking and teach them how to approach people that have a different way of thinking.
Is there anything you have been completely wrong about when it comes to your ideas on futurism?
In the old days, yes.
Jacque, what if we elected you president this year and you started in the Oval Office January 20th, 2013?
I'd be shot in 3 days.
Okay. Assuming we had a great security detail, what would you do if you could do anything?
I declare all the world's resources as the common heritage of all the world's people and get them to join and become one nation who takes care of the environment, the earth, the atmosphere.
Welcome to